Hi Year 2, in today's video we're going to be looking at fractions of quantity. In the last video we looked at fractions in relation to shape, and in today's video we're kind of going to move on a bit to look at fractions in relation to other numbers. So let's get started. I've got a question here. I'm being asked to find half of 10. Okay. The first thing I'm going to do here is I'm going to figure out what my known and my unknown values are. I know that the whole is 10. I'm being asked to find half of 10. 10 is my whole. This is the number that I'm going to be dividing up in just a second. So my whole is 10. I also know one more thing. If you think back to our last video, we said in a fraction, you've got the numerator, the vinculum, and the denominator. In a fraction, the denominator tells us how many parts there are altogether. When we're thinking about fractions of quantity, the denominator tells us how much we are dividing by. What are we dividing the whole by? Well, here I've got 2. That means that I'm going to be sharing 10 or dividing 10 into 2 equal parts. To really represent that, I'm going to use the part-whole model. So, I've got my whole, and now I need to draw my parts. Remember, the denominator tells you how many parts you've got. So here, I've got 2 equal parts that I need to draw. So my whole, then I've got a part, and I've got another part. And my whole is 10. So I'm actually going to use some counters here and just get 10 counters. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, sorry, I should have made this bigger. Got 8, 9, 10. My whole is 10, so I've put 10 where my whole should be. Now, I need to share this into my equal groups. Remember, because I don't know what the value of each group is, I'm going to go one by one. So, I've got 1 in my first group, 1 in my second group, 2 in my first group, 2 in my second group, 3 in my first group, 3 in my second group, 4, 4, 5, and 5. I'm just going to write down what my whole was. My whole's 10. Okay. My next step now is to check that I've got the same number in each group. Let's count together. In my first group, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And in my second group, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, I've got the same number in each group. So yes, I've divided up equally. If you get to this point and you found a different number in each group, always go back and do it again, because it's very easy to make mistakes when we're sharing up, especially when you're drawing it and we haven't got counters, but always have a check. But because we've got the same number in each group, we can move on to the last step, and that's putting this into our problem. I was asked to find half of 10, and I know that in each group I've got 5. Now, I know that half of 10 is 5 because I've got 5 in each group. Or, if you want to think a bit deeper about it, my numerator is 1. Remember, in a fraction, the denominator is the total number of parts you've got. And the numerator tells you how many parts do you want to look at. I want to look at one of the parts. So I'm just going to ignore 1, look at one of my parts and see how many are in that part. Well, we know it's 5. So a half of 10 is 5. Great, let's do another one. Okay, this time, I want you to try this one now, or you can do it together with me. Half of 12. We want to find out what's half of 12. Okay. The first thing I'm going to do again, remember, find your known and your unknown values. We know that our whole is 12. We also know the number of parts we are dividing into. That's 2 because our denominator is 2. I'm going to draw my part whole model. I've just realised I probably should start making these a bit bigger. That's okay. Okay, whole, part, part. I've got 2 parts because my denominator is 2. The next step is to get 12 in our whole. I'm actually going to draw this out just to show you how we can do it even when we don't have counters. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Great. I'd encourage you at this point to maybe pause the video and have a go at doing this bit yourself and then seeing if you get the same answer I do. Or if you feel like you want a bit more practice or to see how I do this again, then you can keep watching. But remember, we're just dividing our whole 1 by 1 into each part until we've got nothing left. I'm going to start. Okay, the way I really like to do it is when I've drawn out my whole, I love to cross and then add. Always cross, then add. Doing it this way means that I will not make a mistake with anything. So let's get into it. Cross, add into your first group. Cross in your second group, cross and add, cross and add, cross, 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 add. Great. Now remember the next step was to count how many we've got in each group or to check that both parts are equal. Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in my first group. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 in my second group. Yes, they're equal. I can move on to the last step, which is putting it back into my problem. Half of 12 is 6, because if I look at one of the parts, I've got 6, because my numerator tells me how many parts I'm looking at, and the denominator tells me how many parts we've got all together. Great. Okay. Let's do another one. This time, I want to find a quarter of 16. Remember, when your numerator is 1 and your denominator is 4, that's the same as saying a quarter. I want to find a quarter of 16. Luckily for me, my steps stay the exact same. Step 1, find your known and unknown values. I know that 16 is my whole, and I also know I'm going to need to have 4 parts on my part whole model. Okay, step 2, let's draw our part whole model. Two equal parts. 3, maybe I can fit one more. There we go, 4. Okay, I've got my part whole model, my whole. This time I've drawn 1, 2, 3, 4 parts because the denominator tells me how many parts I've got in total. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4. Great. Next, I'm going to add my whole onto the whole in my part whole model. I'm going to change the colour up. So we've got 16. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Okay, next step, I need to share out 16 between my 4 parts. Remember the way I like to do it? Cross, add. Cross, add. Let's start. Cross it, add it. Cross it, add it. Cross it, add. Cross, 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 add. All done. I need to check that each part's got the same amount in there. Let's check it. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, last step. I now need to add it back in. I need to write the answer in my problem or in my equation. I've got a quarter of 16. I've done this bit. I've shared 16 between my 4 equal parts, and my numerator tells me how many parts I'm looking at. I'm looking at one of those parts. I'm going to cover the rest. How many circles have I got in one of my parts? Well, I've got 4. So therefore, a quarter of 16 is 4. 3. Okay, let's do another one. Okay, and I've got my next equation up. I want to find a quarter of 20. Okay, we know our steps. I'd encourage you at this point, because we've done it a few times, pause it, have a go, and then we can go through it together. Remember, it's completely fine if we get it wrong or we make a mistake at this point. I'm doing it with you, so actually it's really great if you have a go, and then we can go through it together and see if you can spot any mistakes that you've made, if you've made any. Okay, pause the video now and have a go. And now I'm going to have a go at doing this. A quarter of 20. I'm going to find my known values. I know my whole is 20, and I know that I've got 4 parts I need to share 20 into. I'm going to draw my part whole model. My whole, and I need to draw 4 parts. 2, 3, luckily I left enough space this time, and 4. 4 parts, and now I need to draw 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Great. Now we're going to cross and add into each group. Cross, add, 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 cross, add. Okay, let's check we've got the same amount in each group. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes. Okay, and the last step, I just need to add it back in. Remember, my numerator tells me how many parts I'm looking at. I'm looking at 1 part. So I just need to look at one of my parts, and I can look at any of them because I know that each I know that each part has got the same amount. So actually I can look at any of my parts. And let's even look at this last one here. I know that there's 5 in this part. So a quarter of 20 is 5 because in 1 part there is 5. Great. Okay. I'm going to put some up on my board now, and I'd love for you to have a go and post it to Seesaw, whether it be a picture of how you've done it, or if you want to draw it onto Seesaw or make a video. I'd love that. I'm going to write them up here. Of let's do half of and then we can fit one more question in. Let's do a quarter of 36. Okay, I've given you some good ones here. I'd love if you had a go at doing these and then post it to Seesaw. I can't wait to see them. I hope this video was helpful, and I hope you're continuing to have a really lovely break. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.